It feels like in the last couple of years, I've forgotten about the excitement and joy of living, and I've forgotten about my connection to the universe. I used to be such a powerful manifester, but for some reason, I just got into a slump, one negative thought here, there, I complain a little bit more here, there, and then it's months and years later, and I can't recognize myself because I promised myself as a kid that I will never become this cynical adult who is very realistic and only looks at life through the reality lens. And I've become that adult in the last couple of years, and I don't want to disappoint my inner child. So I want to rebuild and reconnect with the universe because, man, I used to manifest so many things so quickly. I felt the synchronicities, I felt the excitement, and I want it back. So maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you've also been in a slump where you used to be a powerful manifester and then, life gets in the way, and a few years later you look back and you're like, where did I took a wrong turn? Because I am not enjoying where I am right now. So I want to reconnect with the universe. I want to remind myself that I am a powerful manifester and that I can create the life that I desire. So I think maybe both of us need a bit of a refresher on how to get back to that connection. So to get back into the flow of things and to remind myself that I am a powerful manifester, I've been rereading Dr. Wayne Dyer's book, Wishes Fulfilled. It is one of my favorite books. I started reading Dr. Wayne Dyer's books when I was 12 or 13, so he has really been instrumental in kind of me growing up and learning about manifestation. And even though a lot of the things I obviously know, I definitely need a reminder, and I just love his writing style. Every time I read his books, I feel so calm. I'm reminded of the powerful human being that I am. So I've been starting every morning by reading a couple of the pages from the book, and then every single evening as well, I read a chapter before I go to bed. It has been really, really helpful, and this is one of the things that I'm trying to implement to kind of, raise up my vibration and remind myself, and also start to get into the habit of, knowing, really intuitively knowing that I am a powerful manifester and I can create and manifest the things that I desire. I think the hardest element to integrate back again into my life after falling off the wagon for a few years about manifestation is to remind myself what it feels like to have this utter, complete, blind faith. And again, this is kind of like not looking at life through, oh, this is what reality is right now. Really, really like looking at it like, I know without a shadow of a doubt what it is that I want to manifest. I am able to manifest. I remember when I was 10 years old, I finished 4th grade and I applied to another school that I really wanted to go to for 5th grade. And I got into the school, but they told us that there were no more spaces for me, so I would have to wait a year and try again. On the first day of a new school year, which was September 1st, I told my mom and my grandparents that I'm not gonna go to my old school. I completely refused because I told them I'm gonna go to the new school. And they told me, you are crazy, there's no space, you need to go to the old school. So I completely protested. I didn't go to the first day of a new school year. My grandparents and my mom were freaked out. They didn't force me and drag me there because I told them, trust me, I am going to the new school. And they were like, oh my goodness, this girl is going crazy. So for the first 3 days or something of the new school year, I just stayed home, played games, didn't go to school because I knew I was gonna go to that new school. 3 days later, the principal called my family and they said, hey, actually, unexpectedly, a kid from Gabby's year dropped out, so there's one space available if she wants to start in the next few days. And then I started at the new school, which I knew I was gonna go to. And I just need to remind myself of these stories when I believed something so strongly that there wasn't any doubt that it's not going to happen, right? And right now, I feel like this, despite all of the manifestations that I've already had, I tend to focus on, why it might not happen, why it's not realistic, trigger word, instead of focusing on this is what I want and I know I'm going to manifest it. I know I'm able to create it. The The last and probably most essential point is visualizing and letting go. I love visualizing, it is fun, it feels so good, but the letting go part is a little bit more difficult. And I say that they go hand in hand because visualization is what gives us the feeling of, you know, being as if we have already manifested the thing that we want. So not putting it into the future, but really experiencing it as if it's already reality. And then letting go is sort of giving it over to the universe and saying, all right, I'm gonna let go of this. I trust that it's going to happen. And I think it goes a little bit hand in hand with having this blind faith. And for some reason, one of my favorite ways to manifest has always been with physical movement. Majority of the time, I would go to the gym, and when I do cardio, elliptical, definitely not running. You don't want to do this while you're running. But I would be on the elliptical, I would put some really good music on, I would close my eyes, and as I'm going on the elliptical with my eyes closed, I would visualize what it is that I want to create, but I would visualize it in the present moment, as if it's happening right now. And it always worked for me. I will also do the same if I'm on a walk, with my eyes open, of course, or also at home if I want to put some music on, close my eyes and visualize. When I was 13 and 14 years old, I would go to the gym, and when I was doing cardio on the elliptical, I would visualize that I was in a gym in New York City because I really, really wanted one day to move to New York. So I would be doing my cardio with like music blasting, my eyes closed, and I would visualize that I was in a gym in New York. I would feel the energy, I would look through the window, see New York City, and I would get so excited. And this kind of felt like I don't even need the end goal anymore because this is what it feels like. I can feel that I'm already there. Fast forward 5 years later, I was in a gym in New York. I was working out and I went to do cardio, and I thought, I haven't visualized in a while and I really want to manifest being in a music video. So I put my headphones in, I'm going on the elliptical, and I'm visualizing myself being in a music video. And I opened my eyes because I was like, whoa, I used to visualize that I was in a gym in New York so many times. And now I'm actually in a gym in New York because I live here, and I'm visualizing about something else. And I did end up getting a gig a month later in a music video, funnily enough, because I would visualize it and then I would let it go. And this is why it goes hand in hand, because we can't grip our desire and be like, I really want this, why isn't it here yet? You really have to live it in the present moment, right? To feel like it had already manifested. Up till a few days ago, I would go to bed and I would, be laying in bed trying to fall asleep, thinking about something, ruminating, maybe thinking about tomorrow or the day that had happened. But right now I'm really trying to spend that time to visualize and put myself in scenarios in my mind of what it is that I want to create. And while I'm thinking that, I'm also falling asleep, which I think is also very nice to fall asleep, thinking about what it is that you want. Visualizing is essential. I think all of the steps are essential, but to get into the groove of things, to remind myself that I'm a powerful manifester and to start manifesting things again, I'm definitely not going to be doing all of these things every single day because I need baby steps, otherwise I'm not going to be consistent. So right now I'm reading the books, some days I'm visualizing. If I can't do it throughout the day, I really try to kind of visualize as I'm falling to sleep. I kind of built up this action plan from the 3 steps to help myself get back into this manifestation game. And if you find yourself in a similar situation where you feel like you've fallen off track and you've forgotten that you are a powerful manifester, let me be the sign to remind you that you are a powerful manifester and you can manifest absolutely the things that you want. I also will take that advice myself, but I hope that in the next couple of months I am able to raise up my vibration and connect with the universe again, and I hope that you get to do that as well.